let's be real. Whether you're asking someone's status, like HIV status, like their most recent STD tests, whatever the case is, it's an awkward conversation to bring up, right?
No, it's not.
I think it's an awkward conversation sometimes.
I don't think so.
No, shouldn't be.
I think it's an awkward conversation because some people hold that stuff.
Well, then we ain't gonna have sex.
How do I explain? I'm not gonna say people hold that stuff tight to the vest because you should. It's your health. But some people get offended when you ask. Like, oh, you think I'm dirty? Like,
Yes.
no, that's not what I'm saying. Phil, shut the fuck.
I think that the thing is,
Just wanna see you on me. I just wanna see you on me. Put it on me, babe. Put it on me. Put it on me, babe. Put it on me. Loving on your body. I don't care.
What is going on? Welcome to another episode of the Fupas and Flapjacks podcast here on the DeRozier Media Network. My name is Jay. That's
your boy Trey was popping.
and every week we're joined by the voice of God, the podcast, Dr. Phil.
I have a fupa.
How you feeling today, Phil?
I am feeling superior.
That's a new one. Hey, underdog. What was it, Shaq? What we say? Underdog. Put it on a t-shirt. Trey, how you feeling, dog?
Fupossum.
Okay. You're just throwing foops out.
Yeah.
Futronic.
Okay. Foopinator.
Fubabulous.
Fupified.
Foopabulous.
Yeah.
Foopify.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one right now too. Y'all niggas y'all beating me right now.
Fuperious.
I'm feeling super. Call me the Fupa Nova.
Anyways, y'all, we appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Fupas and Flapjacks. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, we appreciate every like, comment, subscribe, every share that you guys have. We're building a community little by little, brick by brick, like Franklin said. Brick by brick. And we appreciate you guys following along on the journey and being a part of this journey as well.
Episode 24.
Episode 24. Shout outs to Kobe. Rest
Episode
in peace.
24.
This episode is a little bit on the fun side. We're going to be discussing how to hoe responsibly. AKA, in all seriousness, we'll be discussing sexual health and how to be responsible with your sexual health. Now, Trey,
Yes.
this is an episode that we spoke about how we're going to, approach this topic.
Yes.
I think the best way to approach this topic is for me to go first.
I think yes.
Is it because you a hoe?
I am a recovering hoe.
Oh.
Retired hoe.
No, I'm not retired yet.
Okay.
I'm getting out the game, though. Like, I used to be averaging, like 30. I used to be averaging triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? Oof. Right now, I'm coming off the bench, like 8th man off the bench, averaging like 8 points a game.
Okay.
8.5 points a game.
Okay.
Right now. That's me right now.
Okay.
I'm getting that Paul Pierce farewell tour. That's not really a farewell tour. Just
Okay.
on the bench, chilling on the Clippers. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic is because this is speaking from a man who was very sexual promiscuous in my life. I really didn't give a fuck about dipping and dabbing. I was out here slanging, just
Moving and shaking.
moving and shaking, fencing, moving the sword all over the place. But now at my age, this big age of 31, I look at what I've done in my past and I think to myself, like, if I could tell someone younger than me who's listening to this podcast, man or woman,
Until Nazareth.
or Nazareth, my own son,
He's
obviously,
older.
or my nieces and nephews, if they ever were to watch this, I can tell them straight up, like, listen, as somebody who used to get pussy by the pound, like, I used to just wake up and fall into pussy. I would just tell them, be more selective and also be more responsible with a gift that God gave you. Not because, as much as we talk about sex, as much as sex is sung about and written about, joked about, sex is genuinely something that's a privilege. And it could be taken away from you that quick. That quick. Speaking of somebody who beat testicular cancer, sex could have been taken away from me that quick. And how do I say this without trying to sound like I'm on a soapbox right now? I just want to say to those people out there, man, make sure you get tested. Make sure that person that you're about to lay down with is tested. And now I'm not talking about tested like 3, 4, 5 months ago, because anything can happen in 3, 4, 5 months. Shit, you could not test positive for something now, and then 2 months later, even without having any sex, test positive for it later.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that person is just as responsible about their health as you are. Trey, have you had any situations where you're kind of like, damn, you don't trust that person you're about to lay down with because maybe they may not be on the up and up sexually?
I mean, I think that we had completely two different sexual journeys.
Yes, we have.
I think that my first time having sex, I contracted a STD. So being it my first time, that was a very nerving time for me because it was so early at 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
It was my first time. It made me really, 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 really choosy on who I slept with. So a lot of guys, you know, when they first start having sex, like, it's fun. You know, there's no repercussions. Moving and shaking. Me, because it immediately happened to me early, I immediately started scoping the scene and not sleeping with a bunch of people.
And just for those out there who's listening to this, I just want to say this. What Trey is saying is 100% right, because all it takes is one time.
Yeah.
All it takes is one time.
And it took me one time at that point, I was good. And don't get it twisted. Like, it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
It was a parasite. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was crazy enough for me to be like, wake up call, be like, you know, wrap it up. Don't sleep with everybody. I mean, I would say all the partners that I've been with have been in the confines of some type of relationship.
Right.
Whether it was friends with benefits, but we agreed. It's just me and you.
You only gain benefits from me.
Yeah.
Right.
Or it's in a relationship. There's never been a time when really, very few times in my life, where it was a one-night situation. And had it been a one-night situation, I wrapped it up.
Right.
So I've navigated sex, especially in Orlando, way different than the people that I know are in my circle or whatever, because I just didn't trust one night stands or one night situationships with people. So yeah,
my experience, like you hinted at before, is completely different because I just didn't care.
Yeah,
I genuinely did not give a fuck.
Yeah,
I was out here just fucking not giving a damn, fucking multiple people in the same day, multiple people in the same week, not caring about my health. And then, like you, I got a wake up call.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gave me chlamydia.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily for me, it was just chlamydia. You know, get the little shot in your butt or take the pill. Sit your ass down for a couple of days. Well, about a week or so.
You sit for a month when you took what I took. I had to sit for a month out.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me the shot.
Gave me a pill.
Yeah, I sat down for a week. And I remember going back to get retested again to make sure it was gone. It was gone, thank God. But I remember just that whole week, every day I was waking up like, yo, what the fuck? I got an STD. Yo, what the fuck? I got an STD. Damn, this could have been worse. Yo, this could have been worse. Granted, getting an STD was a blessing in disguise because that's how I found out that person was cheating on me. Because I got an STD not from being a hoe. I got an STD in a relationship, which is still crazy to me. I got the STD in the relationship. But I got an STD in the relationship, and like I said, luckily for me, that's how I found out the person was cheating on me.
How'd you find out you had the STD?
Bro, to be honest with you, I just didn't feel right. Like, it wasn't like, I know a lot of people say like sometimes your piss be burning, or like you like you're itching down there. It was none of that. I just didn't feel like I would have sex with this person I was in a relationship with, and I just, after the sex, I'd just be like that soul transfer was off. I'm just like, what's wrong here? Something's going on. So I went to the doctor, and I was just like, yo, I kind of just want to get an STD test. This is my first one. Let me just get one. I was like 22 at the time, I think. 23, maybe. Got the test, came back with chlamydia, and I was just like, yeah, let me go back to the doctor, get that shot. He was like, oh, I could just send you to the pharmacy. You go pick up the pill. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let me just come to the doctor's office right now. You give me the shot. They gave me the shot, and I'll never forget the shorty at the front desk, because the first time I went, she was flirting with me. This time around, she was still flirting with me, but she was flirting with me kind of like out of like sadness, like she felt sorry for me. Because I guess they kind of
a pity flirt.
Yeah, it was a pity flirt. Cause I guess the word got around the office quick about like, oh, that fine dude that you was flirting with, yeah, his girl cheated on him and gave him an STD, and that's why he coming back to get another appointment today, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I remember feeling that embarrassment and telling myself like, yeah, I'm never gonna feel like this ever fucking again, ever again. I was 23 at the time.
Yeah,
and I went through a long phase of just that situation is what gave me my whole phase. Because after that, I went through my whole phase for a long time. And then now where I'm at on this big age of 31, I refuse to ever allow myself to get to that point ever again.
So instead of that situation scaring you to not have sex and be more protective, it said, I'm going to fuck more.
Because you know what it was? Because I was in a situation where I was going through an STD and I was also heartbroken. And I went through a deep depression period in my life as well. And I thought my way to get out of the depression period, rather than working on myself, something we talked about on the previous episode, rather than working on myself and doing all the things that make myself better physically, mentally, and emotionally, I thought the best way to get myself out of that deep, dark hole was to get in someone else's hole.
Got it.
And obviously I was wrong.
Yeah, got it.
My body count went from like single digits to the double doubles.
Got it.
I was putting up Westbrook numbers.
Yeah.
And I fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up by doing it. Because then now, after that, I was always looking on my shoulder like, damn, I need to go get another STD test. Oh, I'm still clean. Oh, I'm still clean. Oh, I'm still clean. Oh, I'm still clean. Oh, I've been clean. Oh, I'm still clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Playing with fire.
Yeah.
Now, in the situation where I'm in now, where I'm talking to a young lady and all that stuff, I wouldn't want to come into the relationship without letting her know everything I've been through.
Right.
Right? And I've told her almost everything.
Oh, cool.
Like, I laid out on the line. Like, we randomly had a conversation. I think we were talking about something about music, about people fucking too much.
Yeah.
And then she randomly told me her body count. I looked at her like, okay, just letting you know, my body count is that times like 6. You know what I'm saying? And she looked at me like, oh, okay. And I'm like, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, let me know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Nope. We in the early stages of talking. No harm, no foul. I ain't taking it to heart.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She looked at me any different.
Yeah.
She looked at me kind of like, I appreciate you being open and honest with me about it. And I appreciate you being open and honest with me about your past.
That's cool. I think that, because I don't want to go too much into y'all personal.
You can.
No, I'm talking about y'all conversation.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I want to keep it there. But okay, yeah, no, I mean.
I appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Same thing with like, I mean, my situation, the embarrassment when I was 18, 19, sitting in, and let me tell you, the testing center was empty. No one was in there.
Oh, you're just in there.
There was no car, and there's no car in the parking lot. It was really by myself. Nobody was in there but the doctors. It was insane. And sitting in the waiting room, looking at all the posters about being safe, I was in there crying like a baby. Like, I was like, God, I'll never do this again. Like,
God, if you get me through this, I will
but
never.
it was just like, yeah, but it was just like I was in tears. I was in that waiting room crying before I even pissed to like take the test. And
But you knew something was up then.
I knew something because the person who did it told me.
Ah, got you.
Not for any other reason. I would have never known.
Yeah. Okay.
And because of that, that's why I went and got tested.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And because of that situation, that really fucked me up. So, I mean, like I said, even now at this point in my life, because I don't really have much to say on this situation because I'm not really I'm not promiscuous. Like, everything I do is in the confines of a relationship, and I've been blessed to have been with women who are just clean and women who have been open and honest with me about whatever situation they've been in. So, because of that, I don't have the same kind of situation as people who have been promiscuous or people who have been every weekend out sleeping with somebody different. Like, kind of like you said, you're looking over your shoulder. I haven't really had to do that now because of how serious I've taken each individual person.
Yeah.
And I've let them know why I felt the way I felt. And because of that, some of them have shown me their papers of tests being clean. Some of them have just been really good people who haven't been outside like that. So, yeah.
I think that's another thing too. A lot of people are not willing to show those results sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, they'll get the test and be like, I'm clean. Like, nah, let me see it.
Yeah.
Like, before you get this, let me see it.
Yeah.
Because I want to, for my own psyche, I want to make sure I'm good before I, lay down with you, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got a question for you, actually. Do you feel like sometimes, and I hate to bring it to media, because at the end of the day, you observe what I'm looking for. You observe things in the media all the time, but you take in what you want to take in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like sometimes what's going on in the media in our society, our music we listen to, our TV shows we watch, sometimes the skits that we watch are kind of influencing people to be more promiscuous and not give a fuck about their sexual health, more or less?
I think that TV and shows have actually are getting darker and showing the pain and everything in between stuff now. Like when you watch shows like Euphoria and stuff like that, I think people are showing the darkness of like drug addiction, sex addiction. I think that people are kind of exposing the opposite side of stuff more than back in the day where Sex in the City was glorified.
Yeah.
Or in the early 90s and the 2000s. I think TV now has been like really dark, really traumatic, showing what people go through when they go through a different hole than where they're at like back in the day. Because back in the day, sex looked fun.
Yeah.
Now, sex looks dark as fuck.
Serious.
Yeah. As far as entertainment.
But also, I think in everyday life, sex is a little too... Because I'm somebody who looks at sex a little bit differently than obviously everybody else. But I think sex is a little too... it's used as like a recess in school. Like it's not looked at something serious.
Mm-hmm.
It's looked at something like, oh yeah, just go ahead and get your nut and move on to the next person.
But I feel like the younger generation is doing a lot better with sex. They're doing a lot better with sex, alcohol, weed. You don't hear the younger generation going through as much as what millennials.
Oh yeah, because even teenage pregnancies are down now.
Yeah, like
the
younger
generation
kids
behind us.
The younger kids, the Gen Z kids and younger, are doing a lot better job with. They don't smoke cigarettes.
Nope.
Like they do a lot better job than what.
I mean, they're vaping.
That's down too for Gen X.
Oh, you were talking about Gen X. Sorry.
Yeah,
you're
millennials.
right.
We're
Millennials,
vapors.
yes,
We stopped
we're the
smoking
ones.
cigarettes as much.
Yeah.
I think as time has gone and more information, we've gotten a lot better. But Gen X is doing a lot better job, or Gen Z is doing a lot better job when it comes to all that health stuff. Like they're not just trying to have kids. They're not just fucking. They're not smoking and drinking their life away.
Plus, the economy helps.
Yeah.
The economy being so trash helps.
Yeah. I mean, you are seeing a lot more like emotional, other stuff on the side that they're dealing with. But when it comes to like addictions, stuff like that, they're not dealing with it as much as we have to deal with it. And
then another thing I do want to say about sexual health is that don't take this as we're trying to scare you guys from having sex. That's not what it is at all.
No, I am. On a religious basis, as a man of God, you should wait for your wife to have sex. I wouldn't be responsible if I said anything different. As an abstinent king myself, I should let you know to hold off. Save yourself for marriage.
As I was saying, that's Trey's standpoint. My standpoint is I'm not trying to scare people from having sex. What I'm trying to do is just give you guys and empower you guys to be responsible with who and how you have sex. I don't think it's the best thing to have multiple partners.
I agree.
And speaking as somebody who's done it, it's not the best thing. Like, Jay-Z has a great line where he says, Hov did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. I went through that. I'm trying to tell you, don't go through that. It's not the it's not the most glamorous thing. And then also to Phil and Trey, I want to say to you guys, like, what do you think, besides the stuff that goes on in, like, this being taught in school? Well, I guess now not being taught in school. What's something you think now in our 30s that we're, 40s are coming up sooner or later, that you felt like you should tell this younger generation when it comes to sex, for them to be empowered to make better decisions?
What do I feel like?
Yeah.
I feel like...
Take religion out of it. Just...
Yeah. No. I feel like, outside of religion, that it is important to not have multiple sexual partners. It is important to wait and be with one person. Connections are real. No matter how much you try to slice and dice it, connections are real.
They are.
Comparisons happen. Trauma happens. You're not mature enough to really understand what sex is. Even though it is meant for pleasure, it does have other things that are connected to it, just like pregnancy, just like STDs. So it is best to be with one person and to do it the right way. And I would even bring it on a porn standpoint, because I was once addicted to porn. Even though I didn't bring that into my sexual relationships, people do bring porn into sexual relationships, and they try to reenact things that aren't real. You can learn some stuff from there that could help out, but some people take the extremes and try to bring it into stuff that it's not true.
Yeah.
And so it's just important to really move with a clearer mindset, because a clearer mindset will not only not have you be lustful towards a woman, see her just as, or a man, and see them as a sexual object, but it will make you look at a person in a deeper level, that when you have sex for the first time with that person, you're going to have a better connection with that person.
Right.
And you're going to have it from a clear space of, I'm not thinking of Tracy, who I did it with. And, you know, Tracy had that arch. I'm trying to tell you, she bent that thing back for me. Or, you know, Julie, that top, I don't know, you don't got top like Julie. Brenda, when we was doing that missionary, Brenda was really, you know, holding my hips, and she was really locking me in.
She had them legs up.
Tiffany, that coochie was tight. And ain't nobody had no coochie like Tiffany. So I'm trying to say, like, you start comparing this person to that person, and you catch this feeling with Tiffany, and you're like, oh, this is the best I ever had. Then you get an emotional connection with Diane, but then Diane, even though you like her so much, don't got Tiffany pussy. So now it's like, damn. So it's just too much. That's why it's just best to be like, let me just lock in.
Phil, how about you? What you think about that?
I agree with what Trey's saying, but just to be contrarian, I think that sexual repression has caused a majority of problems in the world, whether it's religion or other things. And I think that with knowledge and precaution, I think that a lot of the world's problems would be eliminated if we were more sexually liberated and just aware. I think that every man should be sterilized until they reach 30.
I agree.
Same with women, maybe, you know, not like mandatory, you know what I mean? I think it should just be a part.
Remember, women are a little bit different because they're born with all the eggs they're ever going to get.
I agree. I agree.
That's why women are a little bit different with that.
But yeah, I think birth control with men should be more prominent than it is with women. Yeah, honestly though, because if prostitution was legal, I think that a lot of problems in the world would not be here. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with what Trey's saying. I really do, because I do believe that a connection sexually really does lead to more of an emotional connection too. And if you're having sex with a whole bunch of other partners, how do you really bond with somebody? You know?
Yeah.
But just to talk shit, I think that sex should just be open.
So I have another question for you both. What do you feel like are some of the hurdles when it comes to having these type of conversations with a potential partner, a sexual partner? Because obviously there's a fear because let's be real, whether you're asking someone's status, like HIV status, like their most recent STD tests, whatever the case is, it's an awkward conversation to bring up, right?
No, it's not.
I think it's an awkward conversation sometimes.
I don't think so.
No, shouldn't be.
I think it's an awkward conversation because some people hold that stuff.
Well, then we ain't gonna have sex.
How do I explain? I'm not gonna say people hold that stuff tight to the vest because you should. It's your health. But some people get offended when you ask. Like, oh, you think I'm dirty? Like,
Yes.
no, that's not what I'm saying. Phil, shut the fuck.
I think that the thing is, right, bro, I think this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
The more open and honest you can be about a situation, the better the opposite person can navigate what your situation is.
Yes, I agree.
And I also
100%.
think that the reason it's awkward for somebody, especially someone who has a high body count, is that, damn, I fucked all these girls or I fucked all these men. Now I found someone I really like, and now I got to share with them my past. And I think that's the part that now someone I really like has to accept me for all of that. And I think that's the part of nervousness, of acceptance. I got to be accepted by a person. And that other person might have been more in self-control than I was. And I got to be like, man, are they going to accept me for my flaws and for everything else that I've been through? And at that point, you know, if someone accepts you for that, then that lets you know that what that person's in their heart, what's in their heart. Like, hey, like, they really like you or whatever. But if that person doesn't accept you for the trauma or for the body count or whatever you've been through, then that person's not meant for you. And this is that simple. And so I can understand why it's hard for a person to divulge that information. But at the same time, it shouldn't be a hard conversation to have, because that lets you know off that conversation, is that person's for you or not. Do you see me past my failures, my past, my STD, my whatever? Do you see me past all that?
Yeah.
And if you can see me past all of that, then that person really accepts me truly for me. If they don't, then you already know, like, if I mess up doing something else, then you are one of those hard asses.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree. I like when you go on your tangents. This is me speaking from my personal experience. That is a tough space to navigate when you're trying to open up to someone like, hey, just letting you know, I have a long, extensive sexual history. Let me tell you about this, and let's see how we can move forward. Because a lot of times they look at it like, oh, maybe he doesn't have self-control. He won't stay, loyal, or that person won't stay loyal to me, because they're always looking for another chick to smash, or whatever the case may be. Or some people look at it as, some people be like, oh, sometimes a hoe gets sick of being a hoe. They want to be a housewife or a husband, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, for me, I think I've looked at my morality as a man or as a human on this earth. And I'm thinking to myself, like, do I want to live the rest of my life just fucking around? Or do I want to live the rest of my life with that special person? And if I can find that person, that special person who fulfills me, makes me happy, adds to my happiness. That person who allows me to be myself and respects me enough to accept me for myself. Mm-hmm. Whether the flaws of my past sexual relationships, the flaws of my past debacles in relationships, whatever the case may be. And when I got to that point and I saw that, similar to something you said to me a couple episodes ago, you saw the maturity. I see the maturity in myself. So why the hell would I go back to that person who just didn't give a fuck and just want to be fucking around? Yeah. Like, I don't care for that anymore. Yeah. I'd rather be with that one person who not only I'm having sex with, I'm making love to every night. Right. That person I wake up in the morning breath, and I'm willing to kiss every morning and say, I love you. Right. That's what I'd rather have. So that's what I'm just telling people, like, we're not saying don't have sex at all. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying be more selective and be more responsible for it. Responsible with it. It's a gift that you can't not... Having sex is a gift that you can't get twice. God forbid something happens and you lose that ability to have it, it's gone forever.
I had no sex. You know what I sound?
Yes, unfortunately.
That should be having me cracking up.
That's you right now.
I'm actually sanctified, blessed, holy, controlled, feeling great.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you, dog.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like, we're about to end the episode with Would You Rather. But before we end the episode with Would You Rather, I just want to say to you on this public space, on this public platform,
never would have made it.
He said he got to crack jokes every time I try to get sentimental with him.
I sing a song.
Nah, never. All right, you guys ready for a Would You Rather? Nah, it's over. I'm done.
Okay.
Phil, can I get the music?
Oh, you like it?
I like it.
Yeah, that's fire.
Oh, all right, here
Ladies
we
and
go.
gentlemen, here's another segment of Would You Rather.
Oh, we got to keep that going.
Yeah, we keeping that on.
Da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da.
All right. Would you rather have an uncle who shows up to every family function with a new conspiracy theory? Or would you rather have an auntie who's always introducing you from a nice man or nice woman from church?
Give me the uncle with a conspiracy theory. Give me the uncle with the conspiracy theory. I can't do no.
Yeah, every time you show your auntie, he's like, oh yeah, I invited the little parishioner from blah blah blah. It's like, yo, why you keep avoiding people from the congregation?
I don't like random people, bro. I don't like random people, especially at family events. Yeah. When family be bringing, sorry fam, I'm so sorry for this. When people be bringing randoms, I'd be like, bro, what are we doing here? And they be trying to have a conversation with you. It's not them. It's me. I just don't like random people.
Phil, how about you?
Well, I am the uncle with conspiracy theory. So.
Oh God. You say you changed the music?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right, don't want to get blocked.
They will copyright strike us for that.
No, they won't. But no, man, give me the uncle with conspiracy theories. Just as long as it's not the racist uncle with conspiracy theories. I'm cool with the conspiracy theories.
Yeah. I think I could deal with that uncle.
Yeah. He's not the uncle. He's not the overly uncle touching your girlfriend when she come over to the crib. That's the one I don't like.
That's the next Would You Rather I actually have.
Really? Yeah, I picked the other option.
No, the next Would You Rather. It's a tough one.
Go ahead.
All right. Would you rather have the uncle who's always doing questionable touching with the, hey nephew, this you? At family reunions?
I can't believe that's the next question.
Or family parties? Or would you rather have the auntie who's always wearing the most revealing things when you bring friends around?
Bring me the auntie with the most revealing things.
Seriously.
Seriously. That's my aunt. She could do whatever she wants.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I agree with that because my uncle would be touching up my girl. I'm swinging on that nigga. 2-piece, no biscuit.
Bro, yes, bro.
Yeah, 2-piece, no biscuit.
Yeah. All that touching, all that hugging. For what? You have your wife.
Why?
Your wife is right there. Hug on her. Why are you hugging on me? On what I'm trying to build.
What's that, Cat Williams? Nigga, did you know I can see you?
Yeah, I can see you,
Nigga,
bro.
you know I can see you?
You're touching her. Your hand is at the bottom of her back. Why?
Yeah.
You're done.
Nigga be like, oh, nephew, this you? This you right here? Oh, no disrespect. Nephew, this you? This.
Insane.
I see you.
Bro, tossing hands, bro.
You ever seen Medea?
And I'm big enough to fight.
You ever seen Medea's Family Reunion? the movie?
Yeah.
Remember the part where all the old dudes was getting that girl to like reach at the bottom of the thing to get the
annoying,
soda?
bro.
That's how, I don't want them uncles around my girl, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That nigga kick rocks.
I'm grown. I'm big enough now. I'm grown enough to fight hands.
Phil, what about you?
I mean, my friends can smash my aunt. I don't give a fuck. We fam now. Shit.
In the clear, we all fam.
Yeah, I mean, at that point with the aunts like this, bro, it's like she could do whatever she wants. She grown. That's my girl.
All right, I see what you mean.
That's my girl.
All right, last one.
Okay.
This one's since we all music lovers, this is an R&B one. Ready?
Let's do it.
If you and your girl broke up, would you rather beg for her like Keith Sweat on a song, or write a #1 hit like T-Pain
T-Pain.
with the AutoZone?
T-Pain.
T-Pain, right? I ain't trying to beg like Keith Sweat.
Baby,
I
Plus
know.
Keith Sweat can't really sing.
They don't respect you.
But you don't feel like you do.
You say they gonna respect me?
They don't respect you when you beg.
Baby, please.
But I gotta move on, girl.
Nah, who was that one dude that was begging on the one
wrong.
song? Lenny Williams. Girl, you know I love you.
Oh, girl, you know I. Yeah.
That nigga was begging on that damn song.
Yeah.
That's begging.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
beg no more on music no more. Now I realize it.
Because it's too easy to get.
Plus, 90s R&B is more toxic than today's R&B. I'll stand on that hill.
R&B.
We can have that debate.
90s R&B is pretty toxic. I think someone was begging in another song. I can't
That
remember.
nigga Donnell Jones had a happy wife and kids and said, baby, I know we've been together since we were teenagers, but these hoes on the streets is calling me.
That's what I'm saying.
And I ain't never seen these hoes. Let me go check. I'm going to be back, but let me go check on these.
That's
Nigga,
insane.
90s R&B is toxic as hell.
It is.
Toxic as hell.
They trying to make it toxic these days. It's a different type of toxic, though.
I mean, to be fair, Bryson Tiller and
I don't think
not
Bryson's
Brent Fayez is toxic.
Brent Fayez, Summer Walker.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Like, they toxic.
Yeah.
Ari Lennox could get into it sometimes, but her music is beautiful. So
Did you hear Mariah Sanchez' new song?
You said what, Phil?
Babyface was begging too.
Yeah, Babyface was begging too.
Yeah.
Babyface wasn't toxic though.
Did you hear Mariah's Scientist's new song, Burning Blue?
Yes, I've been blasting it because you put me onto it.
Well, it's fire.
Song's fire.
Fire. I told my girl, we get married.
You told me you worked out to that song.
I did.
For like a whole session.
I told her if we get married, either two things. One, that song will be the violin playing when she walks down. Or two, that will be our dance song. First dance song. It gotta be, bro. It's gotta be.
Didn't Boyz II Men have a song called Simpin'?
Yeah. Only boys to men. Now, you know who else was toxic? Jodeci.
Oh yeah.
Away from the booth. Nigga, now that I think about it, before we end this episode, now that I think about it, bro, you know, I noticed a lot of people getting canceled lately. It's a lot of these 90s like black legends that we love. Or in 80s and 70s, because Smokey Robinson is getting canceled right now too. But a lot of these niggas wasn't shit.
Well, yeah.
R.
I mean,
Kelly,
back
Diddy,
then, you didn't
Aaron
have
Hall.
You didn't have all that information back then. You could do whatever you wanted.
That's true. But back then it was rumors because like there was nobody tweeting in real time what happened.
Yeah.
It was some shit happen. You see some shit happen, then you go to like, you know, the hair salon or whatever it is. You go into the next night. You be like, yo, you won't believe what I seen Diddy do. What I seen R. Kelly do.
That's why NDAs are more prevalent. That's why
they never.
Dudes are not really moving like they really move anymore. You really hear the people failing are the ones who are like on the lower end, making mistakes.
Messing with
You don't see much of Drake messing up. You don't see much of Chris Brown messing up.
Chris Brown just got arrested for doing some dumb shit today.
That was
yesterday, or
that was
last week.
that was an old situation.
And he finally got. That's right. It was last week he got arrested, but it was
Back in 2023.
some shit that happened in 2023.
And
Yeah.
he was actually arrested in 2023.
No,
He's blonde hair right now. The pictures of him with black hair.
he's in jail right now.
For what happened in 2023?
Listen, I'm just going by with the reports. I'm not talking about tweets. I'm talking about the reports. They saying he's arrested right now. He can't. Like supposedly he's being held without bond or some shit.
In England, right?
Yeah, some shit like that.
In England?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
some
I heard
shit
that was in
like
like 2023.
I thought the incident happened in 2023.
Either way.
Hold on, no, we gonna fact check this because we
Chris
can't.
Brown ordered to remain in custody after alleged nightclub attack.
Oh shit. Oh shit, he in jail till June 13th.
Damn.
The Metro
Bro, that
Post
nigga
said the
had
statement following it's back in 2023 of February 19.
So why the fuck he just get arrested for it now?
I don't know.
Probably hasn't been back to UK.
Hey, yo. This report says he has 3 shows that he's gonna have to cancel.
Yeah, in the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
But it's an allegation. All he's been dealing with is allegations his whole career.
But that's my thing. Like, how was he in jail for an allegation with no charges?
They say he's being held into court. He's being held by the Manchester judge until his court appearance in June 13th.
So how the fuck is he? I guess he's not performing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. Hey, Chris, hope you figure the situation out like your elders, bro. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, back to toxic R&B niggas. Motherfuckers back in the 90s were toxic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the golden age of R&B too. That's the sad part about it. But also, like you said, a lot of the people that we look up to that we love been doing fuck shit for years, and they're just not getting caught.
People do fuck shit on a regular day basis.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And they're not celebrities. They're just not caught.
They're just not caught.
Keep it in the closet. You know who that is, right?
Yes.
Who's that?
Robert.
Michael Jackson.
No, Robert.
Talking about Michael Jackson.
You say in the closet.
Michael Jackson has a song where he says, "Keep it in the closet."
Oh, I thought you said my fault. I thought you said trapped in the closet.
No,
My bad.
no,
I'm
me-
sorry. I'm
no.
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you said trapped in the closet. I'm
No,
sorry.
I said, "Keep it in the closet."
I apologize. I misheard you.
Something about you, baby, it makes me want to.
Anyways, y'all, this has been another great episode of the Fupas and Flapjacks podcast. My name is Jay. That's
Your boy Trey.
and of course, every week we're joined by the podcast Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate every like, comment, subscribe that you guys give us. And just to give you some wise words, guys, please, 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 please take your sexual health seriously. Plan Parenthood. If you got insurance, figure out your plans and just go get tested. Make sure you're good before you lay down with somebody else. So, on behalf of all of us here at the DeRosia Media Network, you guys have a great week. We see you guys same time next week. Be safe, y'all.
Body on mine, it's got a thing to it. I fought this forever, I had to sing to it. I just wanna see you on me. I just wanna see you on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me. I just wanna see you on me. I just wanna see you on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me.